All right, so the 3 phases of structured walking and why this is important. So first of all, I always try to let the dog find that correction on their own. So I'm going to start off with just the leash and flat buckle collar so you can see how ineffective it is at teaching this particular skill. And really all I want the dog to do is I'm pretending that there's kind of like this glass wall in front of me, and I don't want her to pass it. I want her to be back here and heel, okay? Preferably following me like she would if she was a dog in the wild, okay? So the idea here is I pick a side that I want the dog to walk on. I'm gonna do the right hand side. Actually, I'll do the left. I might do a little bit of both. And I just want you to see how ineffective the leash and flat buckle collar are at teaching this, because there's too much surface area on the neck and it's not aversive enough, so the dog just continues to hit the end of the leash. So I'm going to start by saying let's go. I'm going to start with the leash long, turning away from the dog to let that centrifugal force hit the end of the leash, okay? So I'm going to say let's go. Let's go. Pop. Let's go. Pop. Let's go. Pop. And she could do this all day long. Let's go. Let's go. Not bad. Getting all tangled up. Let's go. Let's go. And I'm going to keep turning away. Let's go. Let's go. Let's go. She's slowing down a little bit. Good. All right. Not bad. Go. Not bad, girl. Easy. Pop. Okay. Good. Okay. Gonna move to phase 2. That's the leash is short and I'm still turning away from the dog. Let's go. Let's go. Pop. She's finding that correction on her own. Let's go. Go. Let's go. Go. Faster. Okay. Still lots of just whatever she wants to do, she's doing it. Okay. So in phase 2, I had her on the right hand side and I was turning away from her. It's not aversive enough for her to go, okay, I'm just gonna stop doing this altogether. I need to just chill, right? I need her doing more of this, but while we're actually in movement. So when I say let's go, she's crossing. No? And I need to show her which side I want her to be on. Good. And then I come to a stop right here. Good. And she should auto sit. You can pay her for it if you think that the arousal won't send her out of the position. So if I say good and I reach down, immediately she gets back up again. Okay. That's why I don't usually pay her for the auto sit, because it causes too much arousal. Okay. In phase 3, I'm actually going to be turning into the dog with a short leash. So I'm going to be saying easy. I'm going to give a couple pops on the leash and then I'm going to turn into the dog. Okay. Let's go. Easy. Pop. And then I turn. Good, very nice. Easy. Good, okay, I'm getting what I want. Easy, mama. Good girl. So I'm putting her where I want her to, and I'm claiming that space right here in front of me. Easy. Good. And I'm able to kind of turn around. Easy. Good. Boom. Auto sit. I release the leash. Okay. That actually was not that bad for being a flat buckle collar. Now I'm going to turn this off and I'm going to restart it with the slip lead that I made. And I want you to see if you can see the difference. So on the structured walk, the whole point here is to teach her how to turn off pressure and to avoid correction. So if I can possibly get the dog to move with me and have her focusing on me, giving me eye contact and stuff, but also kind of calmly paying attention to what's around her, then I'm in a good place. What you see a lot right now is she sees a leaf, she goes for the leaf. She sees a rock, she goes for the rock. She sees a piece of salt, she goes for the salt, which is really bad. It can cause stomach upset. And obviously you don't want the dog picking up stuff off of the ground and everything. So, no. Okay, so I'm gonna switch tools really quick and I want you to see if you can see the difference, okay? Yeah, you're so cute. Okay, so I wanted to show you this really quick first. So this end is a slip end. It's tied 3 different ways right here. So it's very secure and it slides. It's just like a noose. Stop. Okay, she's just like, I'm gonna go do whatever I want because there's nothing that I've seen that's aversive enough to stop me from that movement. So this end slips, and then on the end here, it's about 6 feet long. This side is just a leash loop, okay? So it's actually tied to itself and then knotted several times to keep it from falling apart, okay? This whole thing is probably about 7 feet long. I found it at the park one day just laying on the ground, and I was like, that's a slip lead. Now I can use it for catching stray dogs and stuff. But this is perfect for Annie because usually I do a 1/4 inch slip lead for dogs that are bigger, but to minimize the surface area that's actually touching her neck, so that when she hits the end of the leash, she goes, I don't like that, okay? There needs to be some degree of that because eventually the goal is to have her not hit the end of the leash at all, and she's still hitting the end a lot, okay? Because again, the flat buckle collar is not super, sorry, I got plastic in my mouth a second ago. It's not aversive enough to get the dog to stop doing it, okay? So I'm gonna go ahead and put that on. No. No. Just take it one little step at a time. You don't want that, not super tight, but to where she can't slip out of it. Once it's secure, then I go ahead and release the regular leash. Okay? Now, she thinks she's off leash right now. No, pop. Okay? A little different, huh? I'm actually gonna shorten this a little bit. It's a little bit too long. So when I'm relaxing, if I use the proper leash grip here, it should go around the thumb, grab both sides, and then I'm gonna hold the rest of this with my pointer finger. And then I'm gonna start off with long leash turn away. So I'm gonna say, let's go. Let's go. Let's go. Let's go. Let's go. She felt that pop? Good girl, very nice. Good girl. She knows the difference now, okay? As we come to a stop, I'm gonna give her some pressure up here for a sit. Good, and I'm gonna immediately release that pressure. Then I'm gonna give her pressure down for a down. Immediately release that pressure, and then I don't give her any pressure at all, okay? So she's allowed to just chill right there, okay? In phase 2, same exact thing, but I'm gonna hold the leash short now. I'm gonna hold it at walking length. This is your typical length of how you're gonna walk when you're on the actual structured walk. I get my leash grip set, and I start to say, let's go, and I'm turning away again. Let's go. Let's go. Let's go. Pop. Very good. She gets it. Yep, you can't go after that. Notice how she kind of corrected herself there. She auto-downed. Very good. Good girl. I'm very proud of you. No. Okay. So when I say, if you're in a position, I say no and I give you a correction, you go back into that last position. Okay. It shows how smart dogs are. Okay. So if I'm giving her distance right now, distance, no. I walk her back to the spot. Right here. Off. No marker, no reward. Distance, duration, distraction. Okay, now I'm gonna close the distance myself. She's so used to reflexively getting up that I want to kind of change that muscle memory a little bit. I don't want to release her at a distance to me in this scenario, okay? So phase 3, I'm gonna start turning into her. So I'm gonna start giving the pops myself, and I'm gonna see what her natural response is to these little pops, okay? I'm gonna say, let's go. I'm gonna start moving into her. Good, very nice. Nothing crazy. No. Let's go. No. Good. I'm gonna stop right here. Good, very nice. Release that pressure. I'm just gonna check on my noose here. Because I don't want it super tight. Good girl. That's the only downside to doing a paracord slip lead, is that it gets tighter and tighter as you go. So you have to check on it. I only use it for training. I don't use it for walks, okay? So this is just for a very limited purpose. I'm giving pressure for a down here. She turned off that pressure very quickly. I'm gonna give her a little distance, duration, distraction. When I say good, she's probably gonna get up. Good. Nice job, mama. No? Let's try that again. Good. Nice and calm, okay? Low arousal. Take the payment, don't get back up. Pressure down. Good. There we go. You're starting to accept a little bit more, huh? I'm actually gonna probably tie a knot in this just south of this to keep it from getting too tight. So about like right there. So I'll put a little toggle there here in just a second. No? Good. And I'm just, every time she touches eyes on me, I give her that good marker, and then I move to her for payment. It's that implied stay. Okay, let's go. Everything out. I'm just showing her, I'm just going to keep on moving. I'm going to actually walk past the tripod. Good. Nope. Thing. Come to a stop. Good. Check my tightness. back up a little. Very nice. Should be no pressure on the leash unless I'm trying to communicate something. Okay? I'm gonna give her just a second to experience this truck. Good. No? A little bit more distance this time. Adding a little bit more distance, duration, distraction as I go. My body turned toward her is like an implied stay. If she gets up, I would say no. I would give her a leash pop and I would walk her right back to that same spot again. Good. Taking that payment like a champ. She used to not be able to do this. This is a huge, huge deal. Being still is her biggest weakness. Okay, I'm gonna do something different here. I'm turning to walk. And I'm counting off about 1 second for every foot we are away. These are 3 feet, I think. 3, maybe 4 feet. So 16 to 20 seconds. Just kind of letting her chill. Timer starts once I get to my recall point, not when I start to leave her. Good. Movement. So the marker happens first and then you move to pay. No. Very nice. Okay. Now I want to start using my feet with the leash. We're going to start some leash dragging exercises. This is part of what allows me to transition to off-leash heel. I'm going to say, let's go. Let's go. Let's go. I'm using my feet, okay? Good. Don't really care which side she's on right now. Let's go. Running all over the place right now. Annie here. Lay down. So you notice how there's different phases. So as we go, I kind of want to evaluate where are you right now with this drag leash stuff. So she doesn't see that there's an aversive enough correction, so she just kind of is going to go off. That's where the e-collar is really going to help, because I can give her information as soon as I say no. So with the leash dragging, the leash is now 20 feet away from me. I have to go to the leash to give the pop, okay? So that's where the e-collar is super, super helpful, because just like a reward, I give the yes and then I pay the dog. I give the good, I pay the dog, I give the break, the dog gets the payment. They're getting paid within like 1 to 2 seconds. So same thing for the correction. If I say no, that means that pressure or correction needs to start immediately, all right? That's where the e-collar comes in. It's very versatile. And what's different between that and a shock collar is that the e-collar can be used as pressure or a correction, and it still doesn't have to be aversive or a shock, okay? That's where a lot of times I see owners, they'll leave the collar on the dog the whole day long. They're shocking the dog for literally everything. or they're doing low level stim or low level vibration constantly. That's not how it's supposed to be used. It's supposed to, you teach the dog how to turn it off as pressure, you use it as a correction, which is usually double that, and then if you really need an aversive, then you go double that. So you double it, and then you double it again. And so the idea there is I eventually want to fade out use of the collar, just like I fade out use of the leash, and the only way to fade out pressure is through punishment. Lay down. Good girl, very nice. So that's kind of where we're at right now. She's doing awesome. We've done plenty of work for this part of the day. We're gonna save some of this for a little bit later. We'll do some place practice, but she really struggled with the structured walking, and you can tell that right now she really needs that leash to be in my hand. The transition point is I usually go leash in hand like this. She's walking like this, and then I do leash on the hip, and then I do leash dragging. Okay, so you see she's not like running away from me. She's off leash reliable, but she doesn't understand the value of staying in heel. So that's where it's nice to practice some negative punishment. In other words, removing access or ability to rehearse the behavior or to rehearse the opposite of what I want, so that she's not zooming all over the place. That's why the leash is super valuable, and more people need to keep their dogs on the leash until they're actually ready to be off leash for good, for sure. She's doing really good though. You saw how much progress she made just staying in heel, staying on that right hand side, okay? What I wanted to demonstrate really fast is the fact that she can actually do the same exact thing on my left hand side. So it doesn't confuse the dog. And there's a lot of trainers that say there's one place that the dog needs to be, have that one place. I think that it's fine to teach them both sides. So I'm gonna do the left side this time. Okay, let's go. Stop right here. She's gonna auto sit and check my pressure. Girl, very nice. Nice and loose there. All right, I think it's time for you to have a break. What do you think? I think you are just so cute. All right, so we're gonna go inside for a little bit. We're gonna hang out together. I'm gonna do some computer work and work on our infographics, and we're gonna revisit the leash training here in a little bit. In the meantime, I'm going to tie a knot so that this can't get too tight, because it was getting very tight. It literally becomes a noose, and I see a lot of trainers make these little slip leads, especially crappy trainers, honestly. And the problem is it doesn't have a limit for how small it gets unless you make it have a limit. So it can choke the dog out, they can lose oxygen, and they can pass out. Good girl. Yeah, are you so sweepy? Look at that good girl. I just love you. All right, you want to go chill for a little bit? You can lay on your place. Get you another helping of water. All right, Mom. She's killing it. She's doing a good job. We'll see you in the next session.